Hey guys, well, welcome to the Moving On podcast. I am your humble and gracious host, David A. Burris. Welcome to episode 1 of this 5-part series that we're doing that is really to accompany the challenge we're in. We're in the Moving On challenge, and the focus of this challenge is to help you and I move on from the things that are keeping us bound. We want to get to the point where we are moving forward. We're making progress, and we're not being held up, held back, held down by hurt, pain, trauma, experiences, even relationships in our past. And so I want you to lean in here because I got a few things that I want you to write down. Over the next 10 minutes or so, I'm going to share with you 5 reflective questions to help you identify what's been holding you back. I thought that instead of doing a training video or some type of PowerPoint presentation, I thought it would be fun and exciting to do a podcast. And so we have our own special podcast for our challenge. And let's have some fun with this. I want you to get your notebook, pen, paper out. I want you to write down these 5 reflective questions to help you identify what's been holding you back. Here's question number 1. Question number 1 is, what recurring thoughts or feelings keep resurfacing when I think about moving forward? That's an interesting question. You want to really reflect on the thoughts, the feelings, the ideas, the moments that resurface. And the reason why we're using that word resurface is because it could feel like at times that they've gone away, that you're no longer dealing with them, that you're over them, and they keep resurfacing. For whatever reason, you are triggered and they keep coming up. Now, it's critical to deal with these because this will help you identify mental and or emotional barriers that keep you stuck. You want to confront it. And I say this all the time. Perhaps you've heard me say, you cannot conquer what you will not confront. You have to really confront the thoughts and the feelings that resurface when you think about going to get that degree, when you think about going to get to becoming married, when you think about starting a family, when you think about starting that business, when you think about writing that book. There are some things that come up for you, and you want to really lock in on those things because those in many cases are what's keeping you back. That's question number 1. Here's question number 2. I want you to write this down and ponder this question. Is there an unresolved issue or relationship in my life that still weighs heavily on my heart? Is there an unresolved issue or relationship in my life currently that still weighs heavily on my heart? The reason why we want to ask this question is because unforgiveness and or even unfinished business can create invisible chains that hold us back. Right? Sometimes the chain that's keeping you from becoming all that you are purposed to be is a past unresolved relationship. Right? And that can really challenge how we move forward. Or even an unresolved issue within a relationship can really keep us from moving forward. So question number 1 you want to ask is, what recurring thought or feeling keeps resurfacing when I think about moving forward? Question number 2, is there an unresolved issue? Or is there an unresolved relationship in my life that still weighs heavily on me, heavy on my heart, and that's keeping me from moving forward? This is question number 3. I want you to lean in here. And you want to ask this question. I'm asking myself the question, what past failure, mistake, or regret do I find myself dwelling on most? When you think about your past failures, your past mistakes, your past regrets, perhaps you got divorced. Perhaps you didn't finish school. Perhaps you gave a child up for adoption. Whatever that thing is, right? Perhaps you allowed yourself to gain weight and you knew that you didn't need to gain weight. Whatever that thing is, I really want you to lean into it. And here's why. Because recognizing past experiences can help you and it can help me fully release that thing and move forward. But if I don't confront it, if I don't recognize it, I can't fully release it. And there's nothing worse than trying to get over a thing that you're subconsciously holding on to because you haven't confronted it. Let's look at question number 4. We're almost done. Question number 4 is, what fears or doubts stop me from pursuing the next step in my personal or spiritual growth? You want to take an assessment. What fears or doubts stop me, hinder me, keep me from pursuing the next step in my personal or spiritual growth? I wouldn't even want to add even my relational growth. See, fear of the unknown or even a lack of confidence it often keeps us from stepping forward. So you have to really confront it so that you are no longer held back by it, that you're no longer bound by it. Right? And so the fears and the doubts, those things that often come up and we live in these moments, we got to confront them. Again, you cannot conquer what you will not confront. You can't. Finally, question number 5 is, in what area of my life have I become too comfortable, even though I know it's not serving me? I found some comfort somewhere. I found a comfort zone that I've really leaned into. And while it's not serving me, it is to a certain degree a security blanket for me. Comfort zones can feel safe, but may actually be holding you back from God's best for your life. And so you want to confront, what are the comfort zones? What are the points and places of comfort that I have found myself sitting in? Perhaps you've been on your job for 10 years and it's comfortable. You know it's too small for you. You know you're bored. You know you're frustrated. You know there's more, but you are comfortable. Perhaps you've been dating someone and you found yourself comfortable, even in a relationship that doesn't serve you fully, right? You want to confront that because you cannot conquer what you will not confront, all right? So you want to look at your comfort zones. I want to give you these 10 questions again, and then I want you to really ponder, sit with them, and even find some resolve. Here's what I would really love that you would do is I want you to sit with these questions, and then I want you to reply to this email and let me know which of these questions really stood out most to you and why. This is question number 1. What recurring thoughts or feelings keep surfacing when I think about moving forward? Question number 2. Is there perhaps an unresolved issue or even unresolved relationship in my life that is still weighing heavily on my heart? You want to confront that. You want to deal with that. Question number 3 is, what past failure, what past mistake, or even what past regret do I find myself dwelling on most? Remember, recognizing past experiences can help you fully release them. Number 4, what fears or doubts stop me from pursuing the next step in my personal or spiritual growth? What is that thing that's keeping me from really going after that goal that I have for myself? Whether it's a spiritual goal, it's a personal goal, it's a relational goal. What is the fear? What's the doubt? What's the worry? What's the angst? And then question number 5, in what area in my life have I become too comfortable? Even though I know it's not serving me, it's not helping me, it's not doing me well, I'm still comfortable in some area of my life, and I need to confront that because comfort zones, we said it before, can feel safe, but can be the very thing that hinders you. All right. So I want you to lean into these questions. I want you to journal these questions. This is a part of the challenge, really locking into some of this training. And I want you to really journey this week with an expectation of coming out on the other side with the strength, the courage, the wisdom, and strategy to move forward. Because I believe that greater's calling you, greater's calling me. And if we don't get ahead of it, we're going to be in trouble. All right. So stay locked in, stay tuned in, and enjoy the journey as we all get permission to think differently. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care.